Welcome back, everybody, to another session of Daily Portion of German. And this is Ron Dittmars talking to you from the Erasmus Academy Recording Studios in Brooklyn, New York. And our guest speaker today is CJ. CJ, you want to say hello?
Hello, everyone.
Great. Okay. We want to commend you for enduring these long passages. And this is the fifth in the series of five on this story, which you see on the screen. And it's fairly long, but also straightforward, which I think you'll see also. So we'll follow the same procedure. I'll just read aloud, and CJ will repeat after me. Please read with him out loud, and imagine in your mind what the answers are to these questions that I pose as we unpack the grammar, which is not too bad in this case, don't you think, CJ?
Not so bad.
You're not quite as optimistic as I am. Okay, so here we go. Oft habe ich in den Varieté vor meinem Auftreten irgendein Künstlerpaar oben an der Decke an Trapezen hantieren sehen. A long sentence. Go ahead.
Oft habe ich in den Varieté vor meinem Auftreten irgendein Künstlerpaar oben an der Decke an Trapezen hantieren sehen.
Nicely done. Okay, so where's your verb complex in this first long sentence?
So, habe ich hantieren sehen.
Good. All this whole thing. Habe ich hantieren. So this is subject. Habe hantieren, and we try to box the the full verb complex here. And all the way down here. Now, the verb sehen, if you remember in your grammar with the modal auxiliaries, you have a construction called the double infinitive construction, where you have two infinitives at the end, one almost serving as the past participle. So the two verbs sehen and hören are two that follow that pattern. So you have here habe hantieren sehen. You would expect a past participle here, but you don't get it. You get the double infinitive. But this means I have seen handling. Hantieren means to handle. So I have seen handling. And what is the direct object of I have seen, first of all, CJ?
So, that would be Künstlerpaar.
Good. And you know, also when you're looking for the core sentence, and we always try to identify that first, you bracket out anything that's in a prepositional phrase like this all the way to here. So I have seen a artist pair, some kind of artist pair, and then you've seen them doing what? Handling. I've seen an artist pair up on the ceiling or above on the ceiling, handling the trapeze. Okay, and then to finish that in this prepositional phrase, in den Varieté vor meinem Auftreten. Variété is actually the French word for vaudeville shows, and we'll maybe speak about that in a second. Before my stepping onto the stage, it means appearing or before my act. So it's also interesting that the character is talking about standing in the wings, waiting to go on to the stage in his vaudeville act. What would you say with this variété using the French word? What would that indicate, CJ?
Well, I, I I would think that it would imply that these vaudeville shows, at least from the German perspective, came out of France prior to their presence in Germany.
Hmm.
And that can have any number of um, alternate implications after that. If you consider like what the intellectual reception of what vaudeville shows
Hmm.
is,
Yeah.
as in like, oh, these decadent French sent us these um this degenerate stuff, just something like, not that it necessarily has to imply that, but
Yeah.
it could.
Hmm. Great. Yeah. So you want to do that whole first sentence? Thanks so much for that reference. It's interesting why the use of the French word here, and that probably implies that. You want to do the whole first
Okay,
sentence slowly?
sure. I don't know what Irgendane means.
Oh, some kind of irgendein, some
Okay,
kind
some
of
kind of thinking.
artist pair.
Okay,
Hmm.
so I have often seen in the vaudeville shows prior to my stepping onto the stage,
Mhm.
some kind of artist pair handling trapeze over or on the ceiling,
Yeah, up on the ceiling. Yeah. Mhm.
up on the ceiling. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, up on, but high on near the ceiling. Good. Sie schwangen sich, sie schaukelten, sie schaukelten, sie sprangen up to there.
Sie schwangen sich, sie schaukelten, sie sprangen.
Good. So this means to swing, very much like English. They swang themselves. Sorry, say swung themselves. They sorry, they rocked back and forth. They jumped. All kinds of things going on. Sie schwebten einander in die Arme. Everybody.
Sie schwebten einander in die Arme.
So schweben means to float. So they floated into the arms. What do we call this? What kind of accusative do we call this?
Directional.
Yeah, directional accusative. So you translate this into. They floated into the arms of one another, einander. Going on. Einer trug den anderen an den Haaren mit dem Gebiss.
Einer trug den anderen an den Haaren mit dem Gebiss.
Where's the verb?
Trug,
Trug.
trug.
From tragen. So this means he or she carried. So einer is the subject. So one of them. And then what's the direct object?
Den anderen.
Den anderen. Good. Den anderen. So one carried the other by the hair an den Haaren with dem Gebiss, which means with a bite, or you could say with their teeth or something like that. Going on. Auch das ist Menschenfreiheit.
Auch das ist Menschenfreiheit.
Good. Dachte ich. Now let's up to here. Do you just want to translate again from Sie schwangen sich? Just translate that just again to
Okay.
hear that.
They swung themselves. They
They rocked to and fro.
They rocked. They jumped up and down, or they jumped.
Mm-hmm.
They floated into the arms of one another.
Mm-hmm.
One carried the other by the hair with their bite.
Good. Okay. And then it says also.
And this is also the Freiheit of mankind, the freedom of mankind.
Human freedom, you could say. And this is he's quoting here. Here the person is quoting with this. I thought, right? I thought. This is this person narrating himself, his experiences. And then he thought, selbstherrliche Bewegung. Selbstherrlich means like arrogant or
high-handed or something.
Or high-handed, yeah, high-handed movement. And going on, du Verspottung der heiligen Natur, everybody.
Du Verspottung der heiligen Natur.
So this means this is a mockery. So you, meaning that this performance that he's seeing in front of him, you mockery of sacred nature. Going on, kein Bau würde standhalten vor dem Gelächter des Affentums bei diesem Anblick.
Kein Bau würde standhalten vor dem Gelächter des Affentums bei diesem Anblick.
Okay, where's your verb complex?
Würde standhalten?
Yeah, würde standhalten. So it would, supplying a pronoun for the subject, it would remain standing, standhalten. And what's the subject?
Kein Bau.
Yeah, so no building, kein Bau, would remain standing before the laughter, and then this is a genitive, of the ape world at this site. Good. Let's see. Okay, you just want to do auch from here, just down to the end of that paragraph again, so we can follow you.
Okay.
Auch das ist.
So this is human freedom. I thought, haughty self-movement or something.
Yeah.
Do we say haughty? Okay. You we didn't say violation, but
This is a mockery. You mockery.
You mockery of holy nature.
Mm-hmm.
No building would remain standing before the laughter of the ape world at this site.
Good, great. Okay. Let's see. I think you mentioned something about the fact of this figure who's viewing humans doing this acrobatic stuff uh, on the trapeze. What did you have a thought about that in the sort of the context of this story? A little bit. Any thoughts? Um,
So yeah, I think it's kind of like a hard thing to talk about, um, or at least to capture like all of the things you think are going on in it at once.
hmm
Um, but there is something like on a simple thing that's absurd about an ape or just or him saying that ape kind would find this ridiculous display completely absurd. Um, and
Did you?
I don't know if that's purely because of like ape's skill at being climbers, but
Hmm.
it seems that he's even additionally saying something um, about like the arrogance of it. Uh, and is it a violation of nature because he's saying that it's not intended for humans to move such? And
Hmm.
even though they do move such, it's still kind of nothing compared to like the strength and like almost like the instinct to do so of his own kind
Hmm.
initially. But
Interesting. Yeah.
but I don't know.
And so no building would stand would remain standing through the laughter of these of the ape world. Interesting.
They would bring down the house. You know.
Okay. That's great. Thanks so much. Going on. Nein, Freiheit wollte ich nicht.
Nein, Freiheit wollte ich nicht.
Nur einen Ausweg. Rechts, links, wohin immer.
Nur einen Ausweg rechts, links, wohin immer.
Good. So no, since here's your verb. I wanted. So no, I did not want freedom. Um, and then nur einen. So this carries over from the Volta into the next sentence because this is a direct object. No, I understood wanted a way out. That's simply. So he said right, left, uh, or in
Any
any direction.
direction
In
at
any
all.
direction. Going on. Ich stellte keine andere Forderungen. Everybody?
Ich stellte keine anderen Forderungen.
Good. So I literally placed from stellen. I placed no, and it really means I made. I made no other demands. Simply, he just wants a way out. Sollte der Ausweg auch nur eine Täuschung sein? Everybody?
Sollte der Ausweg auch nur eine Täuschung sein?
Verb complex is
Sollte sein.
sollte sein. So it literally it should be. Now, when you have auch, qualifies that a little bit, and it makes it actually a interrogative. If only the way out were a delusion. So that's how you would you get the qualitative sense there because of the auch here, auch nur. Okay, let's see. Die Forderung war klein, die Täuschung würde nicht größer sein. Everybody?
Die Forderung war klein, die Täuschung würde nicht größer sein.
So this means var, so the demand was small. The delusion, then where's your verb complex?
So that'd be würde sein.
Yeah, another subjunctive would not be greater. Weiterkommen, weiterkommen. Everybody?
Weiterkommen, weiterkommen.
So just to get further, to get further out. Nur nicht mit aufgehobenen Armen stillstehen.
Nur nicht mit aufgehobenen Armen stillstehen.
So this means not to remain standing still with, this means raised, with raised arms, only not to remain to stand still with raised arms, as he was obviously in the cage, angedrückt an einer Kistenwand.
Angedruckt an einer Kistenwand.
Andrücken means to
A
press,
Kistenwand.
pressed onto a wall of a crate. Okay, so this looks like here just in thinking about the vaudeville shows right before his appearance or his going onto the stage, and yet here he wants a way out from his the situation that he's trapped in. It's a kind of a maybe a flashback possibly, but there's so much going on here, and I just really want to thank you, um, CJ, for offering for helping with this difficult text and for offering your insights and sort of interpretive comments along the way. It was very helpful. So thanks so much, and thank you all for attending. And CJ, you want to say a bit adieu to them, to everybody?
Thank you very much for listening, and thank you, Ron. These sections have been really fun.
Okay, thanks so much, and tune in next time. We'll see you next. Tune in again. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.